Mornings. So, Jennifer, JT Towns. This is the home team, and we're on the YouTube, right, Wyatt?
That's right, the YouTube.
And we're going to be talking about money, how to save it, and you will be able to find this on AM 1370 at 10 a.m. on Saturdays.
That's right. Check us out.
Hello, Austin, Texas. You're listening to the home team with Troy and Wyatt, where we bring sports and money together for your education and entertainment. If you have any questions about anything we say today, please reach out to me at loansfromtroy.com, or you can give me a call at 855-299-HOME. And as always, this segment is brought to you by Security National Mortgage, where we turn houses into homes by financing
your
American dream. So, I always try not to have a funny intro on the money because, money's serious.
Well, no, you're supposed to be. Life is supposed to be fun.
Unless you have
money's not supposed to be stressful.
31 years of money, it's serious.
You have 31 years of money?
I'm just saying, no. If it's $1 billion, it's 31 years.
31. Oh, fair enough. All right, I got you. I pick what you're putting down.
Yes.
31 years of money.
Yes, if you have 31, that's $1 billion. If you're wondering. Yeah.
31 seconds.
Yes, but it's 31 years. A billion seconds equals 31 years,
crazy.
Right?
That's crazy.
Whereas a million seconds only equals 11 years.
That's it.
Right? Or 11 days. Thank you. She's like days, dude. You're way off.
Days.
Yeah. So this is kind of the money segment, and we typically talk about how you can not waste your money by controlling your expenses. That's the number one, right? There's incomes, money in, money out. That's income, period. And but right now with everything going on, we have decided that it is in our listeners' best interest, or viewers, to bring on Jennifer Towns of On Air Realty. Welcome.
Hi, thank you for having me.
And discuss money-saving options right now on purchasing homes, because there's a lot going on out there, and I feel you got about a 90-day window left in this market that everybody's complaining about, and if you just wait until 90 days from now.
If 90
we'll
days.
give them something different to complain about.
You're right. So I think that the thing I hear is, it just costs too much. Well, yes. Right now, a house is about $800 more this year than last year, same time.
We'll be saying that again next year.
Yes, but the difference is next year the house is going to cost you, $60,000 more to spend that $800 more. The rates are going to come down, but the price is going to go up, and you're going to be washed out. I mean, we saw that a 1.5% interest, or we discussed it in the last segment. I guess some of you saw, but 1.5% interest. But when you account in for the 2-year appreciation, only saves you $200, right? And Wyatt, there are how many ways to save $200 in your family budget?
Oh my goodness,
1,000 ways.
Well, I mean,
just start with Starbucks.
That one always comes up as the start. People are amazed at the end of the year if you're buying that $8, because you end up getting a pastry and stuff like that. You're $8 to $10 a morning at Starbucks.
$50.
$50.
Yeah.
And then you
times 4. There's your 200 right there.
That's right there already.
Yeah.
Right.
We haven't even done hey, let's see how many music channels do you have that you're subscribed to. We haven't that.
Call get your phone redone. Your insurance. I mean, there's so many. You could save $200 today.
Yeah, easily. Yeah. So my question is a few hours of budgeting worth buying a home at $450,000 as opposed to $491? Is that worth it to you?
No.
Yeah.
Get your house. Well,
Not to mention the 2 years worth of rent at say $2,000. That's $48,000 in 2 years.
But and this all makes a little bit more sense to us. We're in and around the industry on a regular basis, right? We're watching numbers. We're seeing what makes people work and how it works to get them in a home. And you have these other people who they're doing their own jobs. They're not thinking about all these. They're not in the mix, and they're getting this misinformation. They need to reach out to people like y'all.
Absolutely.
If you want to buy a house and you think that you can, you need to reach out at all times. But this is one of the times right now, if you're going to beat this 90 days, you need to get pre-approved, right? Because when that house does come around or that interest rate does come down, you need to be prepared. So they need to reach out to you and to Jennifer. How do they get a hold of you again, Jennifer?
It's going to be 504-442-2487.
This is the time. I hate to say it. We always say it's a good time to buy a house, but this is right before where you're going to kick yourself if you don't.
It's always a good time.
Yeah.
With different strategies and different reasons.
But what's the interest rates right now? What do people have to worry about?
Middle sixes.
Are they? Okay.
Yeah. I mean, now, the fourth quarter, they got up to 8%.
That's rough. That's rough from 2% up to 8%.
I bought my first house at 6%.
Yeah,
It's not crazy.
No, mine was 7.7, my first house.
Yeah,
So,
and we always said back in the 80s it was at 18% or something crazy like that. But that still hurts your feelings when you knew that your buddy next door, he moved to Austin 2 years before you did, and his house is at 2%. You're like,
we got spoiled, but
it hurts. It does kind of hurt you a little bit, but you know what? Tough luck. You're about to miss out again.
Yeah.
And if you don't jump on this now, because the house price is about to soar again. So if you want to live in Austin, this is the time to do it.
Well, it's funny. That's the same buddy that you're upset about who got into Dell stock in the beginning, right? And is now a Dellionaire.
Yeah, when you're
retired.
like when you were spending your money back in college on beer, you put it into Dell stock, and now he's drinking champagne on the beach. And
he's got a house that he owes nothing on, is worth $50 billion because he was paying attention.
And you're still drinking box wine. Yeah, that's your fault.
Everybody's got that buddy.
Yeah, that's true, right? It's true.
Yeah.
Well, so that you don't have to continue to say, I wish I would have bought 6 months ago.
This is the time.
Now's the time to call myself or Troy to find out if purchasing a home is even possible, because
it is. It is.
We can find ways
and if it's
to make it happen.
You can do it within a year. If it's too, but you have to start.
If it's not today, let's help get you prepared before you miss another.
And we talk about this too. People get embarrassed about their finances.
I don't know why.
Yeah, but they do. They're like, but I don't want anybody knowing that I
went to college.
And they feel like they do. They feel like a big loser, because I can't afford it, or I have all this debt, and I was just stupid with my money. Says everyone in the United States. So just start working on it.
Well, and that's one thing we're talking about it right now, is that there are so many options that the borrower doesn't know they have.
Right.
The biggest one, of course, is the buy down. The seller in that 350 and up, who's still offering closing costs, not 300 and below, don't ask. But if you're buying that 350 to $500,000 house right now or more, they're offering seller concessions, and you can take that seller concession and apply it towards a buy down, which buys your rate down a full percent for the first year, second year, sometimes third year. Right. Save all of that money, and then refinance in a year from now. Yeah. And so those are there's so many options that we have, and the concern to me is that people are listening to the wrong source of information, and they're making decisions based off of bad information.
So does a buy down give your buyer an opportunity to get into a house, a more expensive house?
No, we qualify them on the final rate.
On the final rate. That's what I'm just curious.
Yeah, we qualify. They used to do that, and that we found out in 2009 that it was a bad idea.
Not a good decision, right? Because then also they get this pop.
Yeah, because some people stayed in the house and they didn't refinance, or rates didn't come down, or something like that. So no, our mortgage. The reason why the housing crisis isn't what the housing crisis was is because we have these safeguards in place. We take a worst case scenario when we're qualifying.
You'll learn from it.
Yes, and sometimes it hurts. It hurts the borrowers, and they're upset that they can't, get the $600,000 house. They got to get the $500,000 because they don't qualify.
It protects them in the end, though.
Long run, it protects them.
Sorry to interrupt you.
No, but it does. It's an excellent question, and it's something that I think people need to understand is why we do that. It's and why the market, the housing bubble bust, whatever you want to call it, isn't happening. It's not happening because of credit qualification. It's not happening because of housing inventory.
It's okay to have an answer of no sometimes.
Yeah. It's not.
Well, I mean, it is. We just don't know, right?
But even going back to savings, right now, while we still have inventory that builders are trying to sell, they're still doing builder incentives. So this morning, well, I should say on Thursday morning, my client closed and is literally in a house for $700 out of pocket because of builder incentives that we were able to qualify for.
Well, I'm so glad. This is one of those where people just throw you the softball right when you want it.
They did.
Yes, I'm so excited. You just because the company that I work for, right, who actually is sponsoring this, Security National Mortgage, they are bringing out their own SNAP home down payment assistance. And
tell us more.
The guidelines and stuff are not completely out, so there are things that I don't know, or things that we're still working out as far as that. But it should be out very soon. By the time you've listened and absorbed the information on this, it should be ready for public consumption.
What is it? Tell me more.
It is.
You're killing me, man.
It is based off of an FHA program,
Okay.
which FHA has lowered their mortgage insurance almost in half. So now
Hallelujah.
your monthly fee that you have to pay FHA has been cut in half,
That's
right?
a lot.
Right?
That's
Which
a
is
lot.
why a lot of times realtors love to push for clients when they can to get conventionally
Mhm.
approved, because FHA makes your payment so much higher, which is great news now that they've lowered that.
That's
Yeah, and the program that we're setting up will have a very competitive to normal rate. So you will get, either 3.5% towards your purchase or 5%, just depending on how you set it all up.
Okay.
Credit scores could be as low as 580. What? And basically on down payment assistance, one of the things that they require is a measurement off of what we call area median income. And in Austin, it's like 5 to 12,000, right?
Right.
So most down payment assistance programs will allow you to purchase a home up to 80%. So that's like 90,000 for a family of 4 in Austin. It's hard to buy a home for 90,000, family of 4 in Austin. It's just hard. It's hard to qualify.
A $90,000 home?
No, $90,000 income.
Okay.
So that's like mom and dad each make $45,000, right?
What kind of home does that get?
That gets them right now $250,000, and as you can see, they're in a blood fight. They're in a bloodbath fighting for a home over $250,000. Well,
Right.
But that's qualifying for down
Right.
payment assistance.
yes, but so the thing is that it's hard in Austin with the cost of living and everything we've talked about to save money. So let's just say you're above average, you make 140,000, but you have a family of 4. You just can't save enough to spend an extra $40,000 over for a house at $250,000, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now you can qualify for down payment assistance because it goes up to 150% of the area median income. So that's like $160,000 family income can get down payment assistance.
That is
awesome.
amazing.
That's amazing.
Super competitive FHA rates.
And that's y'all's program?
That is the SNAP, or the Security National Home DPA.
Wow.
I named that myself.
Oh, did you?
I named
Really?
the app, Snap app.
Really?
Yeah, Snap
Right.
app. They put home in there, but I like Snap app. It flows better.
Yeah. Well, so then you're renaming it.
Yeah. So real quick, if they want this down payment assistance, they need a realtor. How do they get a hold of you?
504-442-2487, or I'm on Facebook at Your Town's Realtor, Jennifer Town.
And would you suggest people calling you right now? Go ahead and get
100%.
what am I?
Pre-qualified.
Thank you.
Hey, you've been listening to the Home Team with Troy and White. We hope you've enjoyed what you've heard today. Please reach out to me for that pre-qualification at 855-299-HOME or Loans from Troy. And we will see you in just a minute.
I couldn't get that. I was
like-
like pre-registered.
I'm like, guys,
pre-qual-
we're like 15 seconds till it shuts off, and then he's like, and then he goes into it. I'm like, you can't go. But, so I had to like, that's
So-
what we call a crash landing, if you're wondering. See y'all next week, guys.